Well, it seems like I've taken you on a number of adventures in Western Oregon lately. Felt like it was time to get back out here to sunny Central Oregon. Okay, well, maybe it's not sunny, but at least we're out in the desert here where it's nice and dry. Well, at least the weather is pleasant. No, it's not. It's a super cold wind blowing across the desert.
I thought this main road I was going to be on today was actually going to be a paved route, but it turns out it's a pretty rough gravel road, so let's some air out. I thought I was going to be on pavement for part of today. So I'm pleasantly surprised. This route is a little more, I'm not going to call it backcountry, but a little less travel than I thought it was going to be. I do have sort of a destination area that I'm aiming for today, but I don't have a huge amount of distance. Now I could just take that sort of more main gravel road, but this is an area I haven't really explored before. It's something that I've sort of passed by a lot, and so there's a nice little chunk of BLM land here, and there are some side roads that sort of detour out, loop back. I can pick back up on the main road a few miles down out through the desert. So just gonna check it out, see what I find. Today's route largely keeps me on BLM land. This sort of main road that I'm using to get through does cut through some parcels of private land. Now I know this is a through road I can get through, but there is some private land here. Okay, so I was half right. The road did turn back into a paved road. I think I scrutinized this portion of the trip a little more closely in satellite imagery, saw the striping on the road. I do still have some other little side roads I was planning to explore that are back up off in the desert a little bit. So ultimately, this sort of turned out to be
be an OHV kind of play area, and not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. The sun is getting low so quickly, I always forget in winter I really got to keep it moving. So I'm going to push on to the area I was really trying to get into before it gets dark out.
As this route drops further and further down off the high plateau, I get a little sneak peek of what may lie ahead.
Well, I wanted to come down into this canyon because it looked like it might be sort of geologically interesting, and it does not disappoint. I have never seen anything like these basalt formations, this columnar basalt that is like supporting this other massive different basalt, sort of mushroomed over the top of it. This is just really, really amazing. So this canyon is all BLM land, but it's a very, very narrow canyon. There's canyon wall, river, road. There's no side roads, there's no, dirt roads where you can get off and find dispersed camping. The only way to camp in here is in one of these campgrounds. But there's a few of them along here, and I checked a couple of them. This is the one that I thought I wanted to stay at because of these rock formations right across the river. There is nobody here, not a soul in the entire campground. I love being out dispersed camping, being remote, out in places where nobody else goes or very few people ever go. But developed campgrounds are often established in places that are just cool. They're great spots, and the only way to camp in this great spot is to be in a campground. It's fine with me. And there were a lot of nice campsites in this campground, but this one was definitely my favorite. Just really tucked up along the river here. These amazing cliffs across the way.
I finally did remember to get my gas bottle refilled, but since this campsite has a table, I'm not going to bother setting up my table/stove. I'm just going to cook over the campfire instead. So I was sitting over there working on my dinner at the campfire, got up to get something from the truck, found myself looking at a pair of eyes about 20 feet away looking at me. Now, it wasn't too startling because they were pretty low to the ground, and all I could do was pull out my phone and try and get something. In the dark, and trying to capture this on my phone without my glasses, I just could not see well enough to decipher what I was looking at. But on a larger screen, I now see this is simply a raccoon. I generally only see raccoons in town and never out in the remote areas I usually explore. So as I was trying to understand what I was looking at, raccoon didn't even cross my mind. With all these campgrounds along here and other nearby human activity, a raccoon presence is not surprising. Alright, everything cleaned up, packed up, and chill inside the camper for the rest of the evening. See you in the morning. On a two-dimensional screen, it's difficult to convey a sense of the dramatic depth of this canyon. The already enormous cliff face across from my campsite is dwarfed by the seemingly never-ending slope above, and the trees appear tiny relative to the massive scale of these basalt formations. While I'm typically more drawn to dispersed camping in remote, off-pavement areas, it would be a shame to bypass this striking scenery just because the road is paved and I had to pay a small fee to camp in the heart of it. While my time here in the canyon has come to an end, it's not the end of this adventure. I'm heading off to explore another interesting corner of Oregon, so stay tuned for the next episode, coming soon. If you enjoy my trip videos, consider becoming a supporting member on Patreon. Members receive access to exclusive extra content, sneak peeks, direct messaging priority, and other perks. Producing these travel episodes would not be possible without the support of my Patreon members, and for as little as $3 a month, you can take an active role in ensuring the survival of the Softroading the West channel. Thank you for watching.